Hello YouTube Nation, welcome back for yet another toy review. Today we are looking at one of the bigger purchases I've made in a while. WWE Ultimate Edition, the RAW Ring, and it comes with Rhea Ripley action figure. This thing is huge. I've got a pair of scissors right here. That's how big the box is. Just kind of compare it to that. Raw. And then if we flip it around, also quite heavy. When we flip this around, got kind of a file card here on Rhea Ripley. She's 5'7", from South Australia. The Riptide is her finisher. She is the women's world champion. She is not right now, but that is okay. Maybe during WrestleMania she will be. This is what the ring should look like. So, lifelike detail, big Rhea Ripley. Can't wait to open that up. Fabric turnbuckles and raw posts, including 2 fabric ring skirts. You can tell the difference right there. Let's kind of crack this open and see what we've got. There is a possibility, I'm going to make a decision on the fly here, is if we have a time-lapse video of me doing this, because I have a feeling this is going to be a lengthy process. It'll be lengthy. All right, we do have an instruction manual. I'm just going to lay this to the side. Kind of dunk her out here, really. It's all right. Maybe we won't dunk her out. All right, so inside here, let's take the Rhea figure out. So different packaging. Let's get to that here in a second. But first, let's. All right, we got stuff coming out all over the place here. So stuff. Oh yeah, stuff. All right, look here. Now we'll let dump out. Boom. Boom. Okay, so we've got a box that's out of here now. Thank goodness, man. Let's just see what we're working here with. So, first things first, we got a steel step. Very detailed. Does not come apart, so this one will be a walk-up. Has the raised grooves on it. That's a nice little feature. Throw away its trash. Let's see. Assuming this is turnbuckles and stuff. Probably turnbuckles and stuff. We'll open that here in a second. Got an instruction manual. Let's see what's inside of this box here. Everything is nicely taped and secured. Just enough for me to rip it right open. Like the Riptide. Taped very nicely. It's something. Alright, so what do we got in here? This is what's inside of it. And this feels... Alright, it's clothy. Alright, so that's the mat to the ring. I'm assuming. Nice blue cloth mat. That's nice. Set that to the side. What do we got in this box? All right, these are going to be the raw ring sides there, so that's nice. Looks like 2 cloth and 2 plastic. So I guess there's not 2 different sets. It's going to be that. Pop this open here and let's see what we got. Oh yeah. Ropes and whatnot. That's cool. Nice cloth. That feels real nice. The hooks, the details, everything. Now I hate this. This has got to come off. Just there we go. Can't be having a tag going off the ropes. So we got 3 sets of ropes. Top ring, bottom ring, and middle ropes there. They are all white, which is consistent with the raw theme there. And then this should be turnbuckles or ring posts, and whoa, should be that. This is a very intricate ring. Very all gone out done here. What's this? All right, these looks like the LED poles. All right. That one seems broken, which is not good. Got some more of them there. Now, what is wrong with this thing here? It does feel broken. I know it's a big pause there. That's a little troublesome. So we're gonna put those to the side here. One thing I took out while you did not see it was the wood plank. I thought these were individualized plank. There's only 3 sections of it, which is nice. And then lastly, we've got, these are gonna be there's some ASMR for you. The stands, and then what do we got here? More itty bitty stands. All right, so we've got a lot of loose parts here. We're gonna look at Rhea Ripley here shortly. I'm gonna build this ring. I think it's gonna be a time stamped kind of a thing. So hopefully right now in a few seconds, you're going to, after this unboxing, you're gonna get a fast forward view of how this ring is built. So we'll see you as long as it takes me to do this. All right, so holy cow, was that a process? I've got to do something to figure out how to hang these. There's a hook that goes inside the ring posts, and I got too fat of fingers to do it. So I got to figure out how to put the skirt on the side there to make it happen. And then we've got the ring steps that just clip on that I showed you all earlier. So we got that to finish, but I wanted to jump on definitely time lapse, and it took about 20 minutes for me to put the whole ring together. And just right now we're cracking open Rhea Ripley, a different box than what we're used to on Elites and Ultimates and stuff, but it does come with a ring, so this is going to 100% focus in on that, I hope. This is what it looks like coming out of the package. Looks very good. We're going to get 2 heads, we're getting a title, and we're getting some fists. I'm going to show these fists off more than I typically do because it does have her tattoo hand on there. And then it's got this, so a little tattoo hand on there. It's got her second head, this kind of a smiling, smirking Rhea Ripley, which I very much like. I think that's great. Got the Women's Championship white. It's out and in there. And there we go. With all the noise in the world, we've got Judgment Day Rhea Ripley, the Women's Champion for this Ultimates. Looks great. The head scan is fantastic. The Judgment Day scarf, the assets are good. The nylon or the fishnet stockings look exactly how they should, with a very, very faint tattooing on the leg all the way around, which is pretty cool. She's buff, just like she should be. And the scale to it is when she stands right at the ring, it's, you know, a little bit shoulder heavy, shoulder, chest up for it. I love this ring. I don't like this feature that's going on over here. I got to figure that out, but the figure's fantastic. It actually wasn't as hard as I thought. As if you see the turnbuckles there, they're just fantastic. Got the WWE logo. They're very soft. And Rhea Ripley is awesome. Look at that scan. She's there. She's a WWE Women's Champion. Great figure to come out with this toy. Thank you all so much for checking it out. I hope you all have enjoyed it. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. We're growing fast every day, and it's because of you all. Thank you all so much. Until next time, peace out, home skillets.